Hey boys, welcome back to some more Nrl Supercoach Season 2020. Oh, it's good to be back. It's good the footy is back, boys. I thought this day would never come, but it's going to be the Round 3 preview and just going over all the changes and whatnot. I'm not going to lie, I am a little bit out of Supercoach this year. You know, it usually always happens like around Origin time in normal Supercoach that I lose a little bit of interest unless I'm like really high up on the table. I'm like competing for like a top 100 spot or something like that. Then I can lose a bit of interest around like the buys and stuff like that. And unfortunately this year there was the big issues with what's going on with the world and the big extended break. So I'm a little bit I'm still gonna do the Supercoach videos, but I'm just not as into it, I guess, as I was at the start of the year. Hopefully though, when the footy comes back and it gets rolling again, I'll pick my act up. And I am excited because there are no buys, origins at the end of the year, so I do like that aspect. So we'll go through the changes. Let's just go before I go into the changes. Let's just go to, is it Nrl home? I'm trying to find like where is my, okay, so I'm not doing too well. And the other thing is I was doing a second team as well, but I'm just, like I said, I'm not that invested, so I'm not going to bother uploading videos for that second team. I can't be bothered trying to change up that whole team to make it work. So I'm just going to do my main team here, just for anyone that was potentially wondering. But yeah, look at so we got 1130 in round 2, top 14%, total score, we're top 9%, which isn't great. We're 11,742. It's not terrible, but it's not great. Not the best for sure, because I thought we had a pretty decent week round 2, but compared to everyone else, it wasn't that good. But yeah, we've had to make a lot of changes. I guess I'm hoping that a lot of the people just don't bother updating their teams and I can scoot up the ranks, dude. But let's go through the team. So Api Coruscant is still there, obviously. Blake Brayley is still there. I'm probably going to, honestly, my plan for Brayley at the moment is 2 more weeks. We'll see how Harry Grant goes, but I'm thinking 2 weeks and then trade Brayley down to Harry Grant. That's sort of what I'm expecting to happen there. In the front row, it's a little bit changed. We do have Payne Haas still, but Alex Twal comes in for Liam Knight. Pretty much, I didn't have to do that trade, but honestly, I really wanted Twal in the team. He's been scoring excellent, and he's also starting at lock this round, so I think he's a very good pickup for the price. And Liam Knight just wasn't doing the business. I feel like if you don't have to trade out Liam Knight and you've got other pressing matters, which I sort of do, but I just wanted Alex Twal in the team, and yeah, Liam Knight just, he's not going to, he's averaging like 50, so he's not going to lose a lot of money, but I thought it was it's a good reason to trade him out, honestly. And Twal's on the verge of like gaining a lot of money, so I don't want to lose out on potentially getting Twal. And then our reserves, I think these are the same, Zane Musgrove and Rudolph. Still got those there. I think Musgrove, I know he's still I think he's on the bench. He might have got dropped altogether, but I think both these guys, I would have loved to have got in to Noah Brown from the Warriors, but honestly, I didn't have enough trades. I know we had 5 trades, but there were other pressing matters that I had to do, so I couldn't get in to Noah Brown, unfortunately, because he's probably the best cheapie to bring in at the moment. In the back row, Tamalolo and Jai Arrow are still there, and then David Fafita we've got rid of for Luciano Leilua. Think it's a pretty obvious choice. I was keen to get Ryan Madison, but honestly, Madison's 600 odd K, and Leilua, he's 200,000 cheaper than Madison, and it was just too much trying to mix the team up so much to get Madison. I think we've almost got 200,000. I could almost get Madison, but I like Leilua. I wanted Leilua in the team, and I feel like having that 200k for next week is going to be very beneficial. Patrick Carrigan is still there. I have traded out Jack Williams for Jamil Hopewade. Now, I'm not bringing in Hopewade for any length of time. Well, I'll bring him in for a while because he's scoring pretty well. He's got the starting back row spot. Well, obviously Pengai Jr. and David Fafita are still out. So Hopewade is going to get a good price rise for sure. And I sort of just needed a cheapie to bring in, and I thought he was probably one of the best options. And the other thing is, like, I'm not worried about bringing in someone like Hopewade and then I might trade him out literally next week or the week after, because we've still got so many trades, and there's no buys to work around, and the rounds are a lot less. So I don't mind bringing in Hopewade for a couple of weeks and then getting rid of him basically straight away. So that's the reasoning there. And then Lisi Katoa is still there. Unfortunately, he's not. He's named on the freaking bench, dude. I'm losing it. I don't know how he's been named on the bench with Tavanga and Leeson Armau also being injured. I wouldn't be surprised. And it's annoying because the Broncos play first, and I'll go through this in a second, but I wanted to play Katoa as one of my reserves because he's an absolute monster. But I don't know if he's going to be starting, and I wouldn't be surprised if Kearney throws him into the starting back row spot and puts Papali'i to lock, or even Adam Blair on the bench, because Katoa was easily their best forward in the first two rounds. So I just don't understand why he's on the bench, but regardless, obviously still there. Mitch Moses, still my halfback. Billy Walters, I did want to get rid of Walters, but it wasn't urgent, and he's still due for a couple of price rises. He's obviously not going to get a lot of price rises because he's now on the bench. Harry Grant has got that starting spot, so Walters is not going to... I mean, ideally, hopefully to start this first couple of, games for Harry Grant, he maybe plays like 40 minutes and then Walters comes on for the last 40 minutes potentially, just to get his fitness up. But Billy Walters obviously has to go at some point, and there's some options there at halfback, so we'll look out for that. But he's got a couple of price rises in him for sure. And then Shaun Johnson, I was very tempted to get rid of Johnson, but honestly, I mean, I think Johnson is still a good pickup. He only got 28 last week, but he's still averaging 61. So I mean, he's a guy like Moses. I mean, he can bang out hundreds, and they're taking on who are they taking on? The Tigers. So I wouldn't be surprised if Johnson scores pretty well. And then I did bring in Scotty Drinkwater for Jerome Luai. Now, Jerome Luai, it wasn't necessarily that Luai was doing anything too bad or anything. Like, he would have gone up in price a little bit. He was looking decent, but Scott Drinkwater has looked exceptional, averaging 72. He's going to get a huge price rise, and it just allows me to have another good player on our reserves, because that's where I'm lacking a little bit. So Scott Drinkwater was sort of a given. He was a gimme to bring in, just the money he'll make, and also he could be a keeper, honestly. He's been first two rounds, he was looking exceptional. The back line, Jermaine Azarko, I don't think this has changed. We got Azarko, Yo, Lomax, and Kurt Mann, all the same. Now I did want to bring in what's his name? Katoni Staggs, but I just couldn't get him in. I couldn't get him in this week, and I just, he's not going to score hundreds every week, so I'm not too displeased. Obviously, he's going to get a huge price rise, and he's going to be unattainable next week, but I'm still happy. I'm still okay with our backline. And then I did bring in Bradman Best for Callum Watkins. Now, Bradman Best, he's on the extended bench, I think. So he's back from injury, but I guess I'm surprised he's not straight back in the team. But I brought him in for, to get a little bit of money, and also obviously Watkins had to go. He's not going to play at all. And I think, might as well bring Badman Best in now because I think eventually he will get that starting centre spot. So bite the bullet early and just have him in the team because there wasn't really anyone else. Jared Beal is starting for the Warriors. He could have been an okay option for around the same price, but it's a bob each way, really. And then Ben Hampton and Willie Army is still our other two back spots. And then the fullbacks, we still have Tommy Trebojevic and Ryan Pappenhausen. So not much change there. So yeah, that's the big. They're the big changes. I'm not completely satisfied because I just don't. I don't know. It's a tough one. I don't know how these guys are going to go. Who the hell knows, dude? I would have loved a couple more trades. I'm not going to lie, but I'm pretty happy with the team. I think the team can go well. And at the moment, I've got the vice captaincy on Tamalolo and the captaincy on Tommy Trebojevic. Now I'm not. I don't know, dude. I'm sort of like, because I'm not as invested as usual. I think I'm going to stick with Tommy as the captain because it's a bit of a punt. They're taking on the Bulldogs, Central Coast Stadium. Tommy could have a field day, but you've got Payne Haas who you could just throw the captaincy on and he's going to get 70, 80 points. So it's a tough one, dude. But yeah, I don't know. I'll make the decision at some point. And then our reserves, we got Carrigan. Carrigan's obviously a gimme. Scotty Drinkwater and Pappenhausen. And then, as you can see, I don't really have any other standouts. Blake Brayley, you get 40 points. These two, Musgrave, Rudolph, you're not going to do it on. Elise Katoa, he was the guy I was going to put as reserve, but he doesn't have the back row spot. And that's what I was talking about. It's annoying because the Warriors play in the fourth game, and the Broncos play in the first game, so I pretty much have to put it on Jamil Hopewade. And he's got that back row spot, and he's probably gonna play 80 minutes. So if he gets 50 points, 50 plus, I'd be very happy with. But yeah, it's disappointing because I could see Elise Katoa getting the starting spot in late mail. But yeah, that's the team. That's the team for now. Yeah, so hopefully we go well and it can bring me back into Supercoach because obviously just the break and all the changes we've had to make has been a little bit of turmoil. But we'll see how we go. I think it's a strong team on paper. Hopefully we do well. So other than that, not too much else to talk about. Like I said, we got 200k in the salary cap, and probably what I'm thinking next week. It's a tough one. It's definitely a tough one. I think maybe I could look. Hampton's going to get a good price rise, so we could look at getting Hampton out for another really good backline player, or even Zach Lomax, because I'm a little bit worried about Lomax playing in the centre. So we could get his price rise and then sub him out for a top line centre wing. Zane Musgrove. Could get rid of him depending. Blake Brayley will stay there for a couple of weeks, like I said. Billy Walters, probably he could go as well. He could definitely go. I'm looking at potentially Jake Turpin to bring in for Walters, but at the moment we'll keep him in there for now for the price rise. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the return of Supercoach. The footy is back. When I upload this video, it'll be on tonight. I'm recording this on a Wednesday, but when I upload it'll be Thursday. So tonight the footy is back, boys. So get keen and make sure you like and comment, and I'll see you in the next one.